Hey guys, welcome back. Dream Reaver 23 here, and today we're going to be checking out this guy right here. That's right, little bitty mini Darth Vader. He has a little bitty tiny inhaler. Is that better? You feeling better? I don't know if you can even see it. Can you see that very well? I hope you can. We're also going to see what it's like when we print them bigger. So let's get printing. Alright guys, so on a previous video, we did a time-lapse of printing a low-poly Darth. I'll have a link for this down in the description below. Found it on Thingiverse, and it was one of the first character models that I downloaded from Thingiverse. Now in the time-lapse, I actually printed it at the same scale that it came in at the STL file. I didn't change anything on there, and I was using matter control to print, only for the fact that I haven't been able to get Simplify 3D or Cura to where they print the same, at the same quality. I'm not really sure. I always tend to get a really thin first layer, and it ends up popping up whenever I use Simplify 3D or Cura. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. If any of you guys have any insight on that for the Robo 3D R1 Pluses and having that problem, make sure you drop it down in the comments below. I could really use that information. However, I was printing it, and I wanted to test a theory that was put out by the 3D printing nerd. I really enjoy his videos that he puts out, and he has a lot of really good information. Now, on one of his videos, he put out and said, stop wasting your filament. And he was talking about printing like 3 perimeters and not printing any infill. So I said, that sounds like a good idea. On the video itself, you can actually see my 3D model tip over when I print the body. So this guy right here, printed him and he just goes and tips over, which isn't terrible. And I thought I was going to get past that because I printed it on a raft. I wanted to make sure that I had a good raft area so that the feet stuck to it. The feet stuck to it, and they didn't ever come off. Now this is one problem that I've had with matter control, is that their rafting and the support materials really stick to the print. And so a lot of times if you use a raft, you're not getting it off there without damaging the print. And that's no fun, especially on smaller prints because you don't have a lot of room to work with. Now the other thing was I was just kind of testing that right there. I mean, I barely put any pressure on there. Now this was printed with 3 perimeters and no infills, so you can see right through here. Now I must say that I am using Hatchbox PLA, which is a cheaper PLA, but whenever it comes to print quality, I haven't had any problems. But I'm wondering, and Joel, if you do see this, maybe that's something you can test. I know you have access to a few more PLAs than I do. If you test one of your ColorFab PLAs with the 3 perimeters and no infill on this same print versus a Hatchbox PLA with the same settings and see if that makes a difference in the quality, because this one just snaps. Now I watched your Pokemon video where you printed Pikachu, and it was pretty rough to break it on there. So I'm wondering if it was just a difference in the PLAs themselves, or if it was maybe some different determining factors, such as temperature or something along those lines. I'd be really interested to see if you took that on, Joel. Oddly enough, they did break at the same exact spot, so it might be just in the print itself. It might be a thinner spot on there. However, whenever it did come to just the head, I really liked just the little low-poly Darth Vader head. I really like the low-poly designs. I think they're really sharp. So I went up to work and I showed my buddy Rob this, and he was just like, oh, that's awesome, that's so great. So he really enjoyed the little low-poly Darth head, and I'm wondering, like, how can I do better on this? So the only thing that I thought to do, and also to test out something else, was to print it bigger. So we have 300% with an infill. I did learn my lesson. 300% size Darth Vader low poly head. And I literally I only printed the head. I didn't print the body, just the head. I wanted to see how it would come out. Now this also served another purpose in the fact that I used Simplify 3D to print this one. I printed it with no supports and no rafting, so I didn't really learn anything at that point in time, but I figured out kind of what my problem is. Now in comparing the two, they actually have the same little blemishes in the exact same spots. So I'm thinking that it's in the STL file itself, it has little blemishes that go through the sides, because they're literally in the exact same spots. They have the same little blemishes. And which is weird because this is 300% the size of this one. And whenever you set them like this, he actually is the same size as the respirator. Now, I know a lot of you like to watch the 3D prints, the time-lapse, so I do have a time-lapse video, and I'll have a link to it right here. This was a really cool print. Once I got the first little part set for the bottom layers, it printed no problem. It was about 3 hours and 18 minutes altogether. The Robo 3D R1 is a little bit slower of a printer. I think the max speed on there is about 60 millimeters per second. So it's not the fastest out of all of them, but for an entry-level 3D printer at about $690, it is a really, really good quality. The size dimensions that you get to be able to print at, the capability for using the 15 different types of filaments and everything like that, very nice. And I will get these close-ups on there so that you can see these and check out just the overall level of detail on here. I think it's really cool. Just for being able to blow this up 300% and still come out as a really, really nice print is really cool. I will do some more of these. I'm thinking of doing at 300% the low poly Stormtrooper helmet. Just the helmets, so I can set them up at my desk around work. I think that would be pretty fun. So let me know what you guys think about these prints. Also, I want to know what you guys want me to print. I know that there's a lot of stuff on Thingiverse, so if you find some really cool things and you say, hey, check this out, put them as a comment down on this video. I do always check every comment that you give me. Make sure you guys check those out over there on Thingiverse. I will have the links for this particular model down below, and so you can check them out whenever you have time. I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you guys check out the time-lapse videos of these being printed out. I always try to put them with some music and try to keep them pretty short so you can kind of see that on there. I am doing the time-lapses for those of you who want to know with the GoPro Hero 3 Plus, and I'm taking a shot every 10 seconds, and I have it mounted to the frame of the Robo 3D R1. So that's why you can kind of see it. It kind of goes with it on there. But that's going to wrap it up for this time, guys. Until next time, I'm DreamReaver23, reminding you to game happy. Thanks so much for hanging out and joining me, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys! If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel out and it lets me know that you guys are enjoying the 3D printing content that I'm putting out. Also, if you're interested in seeing some of the different things that I've done with gaming parodies, make sure you click on one of the links over here on the side. And if there was something that I could improve on, make sure you leave me a comment below. I'm always trying to better the channel and myself. So, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, DreamReaver23 here, and today we're going to be checking out this guy. Yeah, little bitty teeny weeny little bitty teeny got it.